Abandoned places are always a grim fascination to many people, myself included. Large places so alluring in their untouched states, decay and graffiti lacing every corner. A sense of chilling nostalgia fills you with every twist and turn. Some things in horror have just been starting to barely touch upon this idea in more liminal ways. Thus brings me to our topic today, a game that takes place in an entirely abandoned theme park. Though abandoned, it's far from dead. Good evening, my name is Synn and welcome to Horror and Chill, the lovely online web series where I talk about a horror-related topic and the vibes are chill. Tonight's topic is one I'm especially elated to talk about, Indigo Park. Indigo Park Chapter 1 was released May 18th, 2024. Developed and published by Unique Geese, a content creator here on YouTube, the first chapter is free on Steam, with reviews currently being overwhelmingly positive. The game follows you as you go through Indigo Park, an amusement park you have some nostalgia for. The introduction to the game is paired with this amazing background music that is genuinely so fun to listen to, and quickly got me hooked. The game opens with you outside the front gate of Indigo Park, and as you wander around, you encounter Rambly, the beloved mascot of Indigo Park, a spiffy little raccoon who acts as your guide through the park. Though you should always remember that you are not alone here. While Rambly is with you, of course, someone else is always lingering just where you can barely capture her. As you pass through the park's entryway, you get a critter cuff, and you also see me struggle over an invisible wall. Yay! This cute little cuff that can monitor your heart, your steps, and your mood. I don't know why, but I particularly enjoyed the way the TV moved with Rambly's voice. Something about it was giving me the vibe of like a weirdly friendly raptor or something. Maybe that only makes sense to me, but you know, it's silly. So, pressing further, you'll eventually enter Rambly's Railroad. You can guess as to why Rambly loves Rambly's Railroad. Because he likes trains.
Do you know why Rambly the raccoon loves Rambly's Railroad? Because I like trains.
I found this line very endearing and cute. Just a silly character moment. Going on the ride, you get to experience Rambly's different dynamics with characters. With Molly McCall, he's friendly, and Molly seems... well, she seems a little underqualified to be a pilot. But if this is her desire, then you go, girl. Crash all through every roof until you prevail. Rambly's Railroad essentially acts as advertising for the other rides, and a brief intro to the main cast. Speaking of, we are actually approaching my second favorite character now. Finley, a shy serpent of sorts, who apparently has known Rambly for 100 years. Which I'm not even gonna really ask about. He advertises Oceanic Odyssey, which I genuinely got a little hyped for. I am an absolute sucker for anything ocean or water related. Something about the atmosphere of the ocean is breathtaking to me, and adding in sea creatures makes it even more interesting. However, as my experiences with Subnautica have shown me, just as much as I love the ocean, I also am deeply terrified of it. Passing by Finley, we can enter an area I wish we got to see. There is another character in the main cast who acts as an antagonist, and I kid you not, I am so sad we didn't get to see more of them. Their name is Salem, and they seemed like such a fascinating character, but their area of the ride is completely and utterly destroyed. You are tasked with getting the ride up and running, and with a slight start from Molly McCaw's barely functioning animatronic, you restore the ride to its initial semi-functioning glory. Pressing forward, you meet Lloyd, and you also learn Rambly does not like Lloyd. At all.
Hate it, Lloyd.
Do not shame me with that common folk name. I am the proud, the prestigious, the professional Lloydford L. Lion, actor extraordinaire.
Great act, Lloyd.
Of course.
Okay, bye, Lloyd. As a little side tangent, I am seriously impressed with how much personality the game was able to give the characters in such a short chapter. They all have clear types to them, and the dialogue doesn't feel clunky or off. It's just something I can appreciate that the team did so well. Continuing on, your objective goes from you exploring, collecting little collectibles, to realizing you have to get access to Jetstream Junction, which you have to go through Lloyd's main stage, and this area was so capturing. A part of me kept trying to look around because of the lingering feeling that Rambly wasn't the only one with me. And then it was also just an impressive place. The set design for the areas in Indigo Park feel very grounded, a trait that is incredibly helpful for the sake of immersion. You see a sleeping Lloyd in the distance, and now you know you definitely aren't safe here. Though mostly because this isn't a place you should be. Sometimes what is abandoned is meant to stay abandoned. This is not a place safe for humans anymore. But your presence seems to have just sent Lloyd into the back area of the stage, which Rambly warns he cannot help with, as he has many eyes everywhere across the park, but not behind the stage. As you enter, you can see Lloyd watching you before deciding to head off. You go on through, almost get attacked by Lloyd, and then you get your keys. Yay! I'm sure that ominous growling doesn't mean anything. Totally. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I got lucky and didn't happen to run into Lloyd, but God, the sound design was enough to keep me on edge. The faint growling right in my ear while I have to keep walking. There's almost no way to silence your footsteps, so it's just gotta keep going. Where is that sound coming from? Never mind, keep going. Once you get back and unlock Jetstream Junction, you can explore around a little. I found this really weird poodle plush. Not a clue where it's from, but continuing on. You can play a cute arcade game that features Rambly trying to help Molly Macaw, who then gets dosed with the potion by Salem. I love when my favorite character gets 2 seconds of screen time. It's my favorite thing. Proceeding up to Molly's rooftop races, Rambly seems clearly distraught. The ride is broken into pieces, and while he claims Molly crashed into it again, it's clear that's not the case. The scene is small, but there's one moment I especially noticed.
Looks like Molly crashed into the ride again. Don't worry though, your pal Rambly has the repairman on speed dial.
We're sorry. The number you have dialed has been disconnected or is no longer in service. Please check the number and dial again. Did you catch it? That voicemail was me! I almost completely forgot I had gotten to record this line for Mason, but I am very happy I got to. It was such a neat thing to experience in the game. And also kind of startling, since I did not expect it. I knew it was happening, but I did not know when. It was just a cool random touch I felt honored to have been a part of. And especially in such a scene. Going off from that and back onto the script, Molly's landing pad, a giant playroom that you go around in, and I had, well, almost met a very unfortunate fate. Just noped right out of that. Turns out, to solve the puzzle in this area, you have to look around your surroundings. To catch the shape and what color it is, then to go use said shape and turn the blocks to said shape. I got 2 of them and kinda just winged the other 2. Don't be like me. In our final stretch, suddenly, chase sequence. I will not lie though, the scene of Molly Macaw opening the door was very gnarly. Really liked it. I only died once, which I consider a win since my usual way with games is just me dying over and over and over, and it's a fate I'm stuck with until I simply just get good. As you're running down the hall, you can collect this old costume head, and then watch Molly be beheaded. Rambly never really addresses this, but he does come clean to you. How he didn't realize the park had fallen into such disrepair. I feel bad for the poor guy. He asks us if we'll be able to help bring the park back to its true glory, and who's going to say no to that? We become a part of the staff, and we head on our way to Oceanic Odyssey. To which the game ends there. Credits roll with a fun outro song of sorts, and that's Indigo Park. My gameplay did have the bug at the start of the game where everything was very low resolution, though I understand this bug and it didn't really bother me too much. I genuinely thought my settings were just wacky for a second, but the rest of the game ran smoothly. I didn't experience any other bugs. Unless you count Molly just kind of hanging out as a bug, then that one. Graphically, I think the game was very pretty. The models for Molly and Lloyd were both modeled and animated very well, and I think they're very, very spiffy. The sound design was absolutely astonishing. Everything felt very grounded. My only note would have been to turn down the radius of the information kiosk jingle, as I heard it through a fridge and got confused for a second thinking it was some kind of collectible hidden inside. Though I'm just silly. The background music was done very well. Even the distorted music sounded well done. Ramley's animations were spectacularly done, and whatever effect they did to make his mouth a little delayed or when his movements changed, it was a little hard for me to get on board with at first, but it grew on me over time. Ramley as a guide is incredibly fun, and while they hinted with the lyric, "Did I earn your trust" in the outro song, I hope that Cupid is just a simple AI character that goes along with you during everything. Then again, corrupt AI characters do seem to be a popular topic as of late. Indigo Park overall is a very fun experience, and I cannot wait to see if and when Chapter 2 gets funded what kind of story unfolds before us. The mystery has you entranced and absolutely hooked as you go through. The camera sensitivity, at least for the mouse, was something I turned down because it was just a little too much for me. The actual gameplay is simple, and I hope the game gets a second chapter where you can do more, as I would like to just have a little more puzzles to experience. I think for an indie passion project that is free and has so much character, this game is definitely worth a playthrough. And maybe even a second to collect all the collectibles and see every spot you're being watched from. There is a Kickstarter up at the time of this video being made, and you can go on it to support the production and creation of Chapter 2 of Indigo Park. If you have a topic you'd like for me to talk about or any suggestions for my channel, please let me know. My name is Synn, take care of yourself, drink water, and good night.